Depressed people don't smile. People who are worried about tomorrow don't smile. People who have tawakkul on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are the ones who smile. All our pareshanis, all of our difficulties are about two moments in time really. The past and the future. Sometimes people have done something in the past and it beats them up. And it gives them a hard time. You don't need to be depressed. You don't need to be negative about what has gone on in your life. If you're worried, then tawbah is the best way. Tawbah is the closest thing to deleting your history. When you do tawbah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says to the angels, wipe out any indication that they committed that sin in the first place. You live a stress-free life. You don't have to worry about tomorrow. Why are we a depressed nation then? The other point of time is the future. Right now, everyone as a keyboard warrior is explaining to me on WhatsApp what's going to happen in Pakistan tomorrow. Everybody is explaining what the latest shooting is going to do in Palestine. Everyone is telling me that this appointment or that appointment or this decision in Whitehall or that decision in the White House is going to have this happen or that happen or that happen. How do you know? You don't know what's happening at 7:26? Do you want to predict the future? Why do Muslims always try to play the game of playing God by predicting the future and worrying about it? What you are doing by doing so is causing added stress to yourself. Adopt the beautiful Sunnah of Sayyiduna Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam when it comes to anything which is related to the future. And what is that? You say, Ya Allah, I leave it in your good hands. Ya Allah, I don't know what's happening tomorrow. Ya Allah, you do. Ya Allah, I pray to you that you ensure that my tomorrow is a good one, it is a sunny one, it is a radiant one. Ya Allah, I leave everything in your hands. That is the way you become more positive as well. One by one, Allah will say to this individual, on such and such date, you committed this minor crime. This person with his head down, full of anxiety and fright, will say, Ya Allah, I accept it, I did make this mistake. The second, the third, the 50th, the 51st, the 150th, minor sin will be read in front of him. The angels will ask that, do you deny doing these wrong acts? This person, sweating, will be saying, Ya Allah, I don't deny it, I didn't. What will happen to this individual? His minor acts will be read out one after the other, one after the other. Gunai Sagira, the minor sins. What will Allah say to the angels out of His rahmah and fadl? He will say, don't leave this as a minor sin anymore. I am the Rahman and Rahim. You know this minor sin that he has committed on X and X day? I want you to turn this into a good act and into a hasanat. I don't want it to be marked as a minor sin anymore. This man will say to the angel, once he realizes that all of his minor sins are being converted into good acts, what does he say in that beautiful moment of happiness and joy? He says, Ya Allah, I have so many gunai kabiras as well. I have major sins as well. Don't just convert my minor sins into good acts, convert my major sins into good acts as well. When this man said this and when Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam told this story, all of the companions, they looked at the messenger and he had a beautiful smile from ear to ear. And he smiled because it was a story about the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your facial expression, the extent of your smile, is a window, an indication of what's going on. Whatever's inside always comes out. You know, this has water inside it. I think you can all see that. Now, if someone gives me a glass and I start pouring it, Ribena ain't gonna come out. Mango lassi ain't gonna come out, is it? You know, a cold 7-Up or a nice karak chai or an adani tea ain't gonna come out. Whatever's inside, that's exactly what comes out, right? It's not rocket science. The same applies to the condition of one's heart. If you are constantly smiling all of the time, then what does that indicate? It indicates how perfect and beautiful and serene your heart actually is. And let's go back to the hadith of Abdullah radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Who smiled the most in his community? Sayyidina Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So what does that prove then? It also proved that the Messenger alayhi salatu wa salam had the most perfect heart as well.